In this video, I want to talk about, well, actually I was asked if I watch the UFC every fight, if I watch every fight in the UFC. The answer actually is no. I do not watch every fight in the UFC. I think that the UFC puts on. I personally think that the UFC, for whatever reason, I'm not absolutely sure, Dana White has not gotten rid of that many fighters where I can say that he is actually getting rid of personality fighters. You know, there are people who might say, well, there aren't the personalities that there were before. The Tito Ortizes and people like that, right? The Chuck Liddells. And one could blame Dana White for that. And if he was letting go of cutting the contracts of a lot of people, he's really not doing that, right? To that degree, where I can say, well, there's no personalities, there's no over-the-top personalities because of Dana White. We have Alex Pereira, which appeals to the imagination of many people. Great fighter, all-time great in my opinion. I personally love to see the man fight. That stick-to-itiveness, the idea of just knowing what he does and doing it well, and not trying to be anything else other than Alex Pereira. The power, the kickboxing power puncher, even though he was given his bogus black belt, which is what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu really has been doing for so long. It's just shameful. Those people give belts to people because they win a UFC fight. It should be ashamed of them. They should be ashamed of themselves. And people who really support Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu should actually come out against those people. I know the Gracie hate them for doing that, but the whole Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community should not be so worried with projecting a myth or preserving a myth, and more concerned with keeping the quality of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But that's for another video. But Alex Pereira is not over the top in his personality. We had Israel Adesanya. I always felt, well, for a long time, I won't say always, but for a very long time, even before he started losing like he's lost recently, I always thought he was overrated. There's no one who should be that porous, whose defense should be that porous, and really know better and have access to the best trainers, and yet his defense is was one of the worst defenses I've ever seen on the so-called top-notch great MMA fighter. So I don't watch every UFC fight because most of them just don't appeal to me as personalities, nor appeal to me when it comes down to their skills. There are some, but not really so much where I look forward to the fights like I used to. I do want to say this though. There is one fighter who may lose his next fight. He's supposedly coming back. I will tell you this. I am not a fan to the point where a man loses and all of a sudden I forget whatever he did. The fight fan is just terrible in this way, where, if a man loses a fight, then all of a sudden he was garbage. You actually, the fight fan, the boxing fan, the MMA fan, they are just the worst. They're just terrible. But I do want to say this. In spite of the fact that he may lose in the comeback fight, because he's been off that long, in spite of the fact that he has lost some fights, the one fighter that I watch over and over and over again, whenever I feel like watching beautiful striking, and I have some time on my hands, I watch this guy right here.
Already, and that's that capoeira style of striking that he's been using, and he's mixing everything up so nicely.
Well, that was an incredible kick to the knee, and huge left hook from McGregor as Bushinger surges in.
How very tough is Bushinger? McGregor with a huge shot!
Wow!
Bushinger's completely out of it!
Covered in rather a lot of beer as well, John.
Ivan Bushinger is in some real trouble, and such crisp technique, and that is a hugely devastating hook shot. He didn't even put the whole of his body into that.
So far, it's Grimmage landing the bigger shots, but out of Conor's 12 wins, 11 are knockouts. 11 uppercut there, Kenny. 11 are knockouts. and he almost did it again. Now, Marcus is top, looking to finish it here. This is why everyone's been talking about Conor McGregor.
Looking out for him right now. Nice head kick, stalking his opponent. Brando looks hurt. This could be the end. This could be an early stoppage.
McGregor comes in.
For McGregor. This could be it.
That is it. It is all over. Conor McGregor.
If we often ask fighters what's your favorite striking technique, and they say the punch that lands. That's what McGregor just did. This could be it. This may be it.
Like that.
This is seconds away from being stopped. That's it. Very nice straight left.
Just miss.
Conor with some beautiful boxing here.
Listen to this place.
Oh, big shots by McGregor.
Look at the clock closely. 10 seconds.
Oh, he's out.
Could he finish him here? It's all over.
Wow. Unbelievable.
And he's the interim featherweight champion. Drums for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr.
Conor relaxed and smiling. Oh! He slipped him.
It's the new UFC.
Oh my God. Unbelievable. The first punch he threw. Boom. Boom. It was a straight left. Boom. Left hand, out cold, hammer fist. Straight left.
Conor's movement was so brilliant. But he's looking for it a ton here early. There you go, right there.
Good
Yes,
left hand. by
just
Conor.
missed. Crowd loving it, justifiably so.
Another
Conor
good left by Conor.
advancing. Joe, this is what the world was hoping for.
And again.
McGregor over and over.
Oh,
He locked him.
He tagged him. The leg kick is a huge factor in this fight, and Conor's using it brilliantly. Oh,
Big left.
he hurt him with that. Tagged him
19
with
and
the left.
counting with the leg kicks.
Oh, he hurt him again.
Time at 155 since
got tagged.
2012.
He got tagged. He's hurt.
Boom. Can he finish it right here, right now? Alvarez pop back up.
It is.
And
He
again.
hurt him again. He hurt him bad.
Conor did it back at home in Ireland, and he
stunned him
delivers
again.
another big left.
It just seems to be one of those punches, and fighters just get shocked by. Oh, wow. Look at this.
Really. Alvarez getting loose, getting better here in this round, though.
Oh, man.
Until that.
Oh, he's done. He's
Wow.
done. That's
It
it.
is all over. History has been made.
Conor's accuracy and power was just too much for him. His movement, his ability to slide in and out with that odd style that he has.
Kick from McGregor. Cerrone covering up.
That's the big shot. Clips him right on the jaw.
Yeah, right over the guard.
90 seconds to go in the round.
Having the ref extended periods of time.
Both
It's
fighters
tough.
landing at distance there. Excuse me, DC. Ooh, look at that uppercut. Nice leg kick from Conor. But he's got to remember, DC, to get back to the boxing, too. He can't just throw that because Conor will get the timing like that.
That's who I watch. I watch this guy right here.
Over and over.
Oh,
He locked him.
He tagged him. The leg kick is a huge factor in this fight, and Conor's using it brilliantly.
At 155 since
got tagged.
2000.
He got
Back
It is.
And
He
again.
hurt him again.
Who's getting better here in this round, though?
Oh, man.
Until
Conor McGregor could not grapple his way out of a paper bag if you left it open on both ends. This idea that he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, again, Joe Rogan, that guy. Oh my God, Joe Rogan. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, he's this in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, when the fight has absolutely nothing happening that resembles Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, He is reminding us that someone is a brown belt, a black belt, purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This guy, I have to say this. Maybe I don't have to, but you may understand what I mean. This is why Rampage called Joe Rogan Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu nut rider. This is why he called him a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu nut rider, because of just this. Guys are fighting, as neither one of them is doing anything that looks remotely like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But he reminds everyone that the person trains in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. He said that about Conor McGregor. I don't care about his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Conor McGregor is one of the most prolific strikers I have ever seen in my life. In my life. And even though we have Ilya Topuria, you know, he's great, I just am not into watching the guy. He boxes, and I like his boxing. He's probably the best boxer. And his wrestling, from what I understand, is great. Greco-Roman, of course, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, great fighter. He's the flavor of the month, and he's going to be good. And not going to be good. He's good. Potentially great. He could probably knock out Conor McGregor. He could probably knock out the people who I think are some of the best strikers. It has nothing to do with it. When I look at striking, I don't think anyone was as perfect and was as beautiful to watch in the way of their technique when prime Conor McGregor was throwing punches. When a prime Conor McGregor was doing his thing, I don't think there's ever been a more picturesque, more beautiful in his technique striker.
Loose, getting better here in this round, though.
Oh, man.
Until getting better here in this round, though.
Oh, man.
How his masterpiece against both of Nate Diaz, in one where he lost, the one he lost to Nate Diaz, and the one that he won. I mean, for him to fight out of what is clearly a karate stance. Clearly a karate stance. I love Lyoto Machida. But the one person who used that stance in a way where I think everyone in karate owes him a debt of gratitude, it's Conor McGregor. No doubt, Conor McGregor, from that traditional karate stance and outstriking Nate Diaz. I mean, even the one in which he lost, there was some great moments. What he did with Eddie Alvarez, I mean, just something to watch, artistry. So if you're asking me, you know, and the guy did ask me, who do I like to watch? Conor McGregor. Hands down, Conor McGregor. Is he my favorite MMA fighter? No. I don't think there is any fighter that exudes what I consider to be a manhood more than Robbie Lawler in the cage. I mean, the way he comes across, the way he fights, when he loses, what he does, his willingness to die in the cage.
Again, he goes to that head kick. Again, he goes to that head kick.
I think it's second to none. Second to none. But when I look at striking Conor McGregor, I would have to say honorable mention. Just again, honorable mention. He pops in my head just now. I have to mention him. And he has lost. And he will probably lose again. Charles Oliveira. When we look at Charles Oliveira, if I was to be training an MMA fighter and said, okay, and he said, well, who should I look at, Ilya Topuria or Charles Oliveira? Who should I study more, Ilya Topuria or Charles Oliveira? I would say, you want to be a complete MMA fighter? Charles Oliveira. Whether he lost or not, whether he will lose or not, doesn't matter. I would tell someone who came to me and asked me, who should I watch? You know, who should I study, right? And they had the body type to fight similar to Ilya Topuria. I always recommend people doing their own thing, but similar, right? If they had the body type to train and execute like Ilya Topuria, or like Charles Oliveira. I believe in mixing. You know, most of you should know. If you've been with me for any amount of time, you know I believe in matching the body type to the style. It makes absolutely no sense for someone, a heavyweight who is 5'9" or 5'10", to try to box like Muhammad Ali, right? So the reality is this. If someone was to come to me and say, you know what, I can, and I looked at him and I said, okay, you have the form, you have the body type, you have the skill to emulate Charles Oliveira and Ilya Topuria, I would say if you want to be a complete MMA fighter, Charles Oliveira. So the striker that I enjoy watching the most is Conor McGregor. Hands down. Just the most with his technique when he was on. I have not seen a more picturesque striker. And yes, I am partial to karate, but he showed more than Lyoto Machida, and I love Lyoto. Every karate practitioner was Lyoto Machida, a debt of gratitude. But the damage that Conor McGregor did from that traditional karate stance against people who were classic boxers, or at least considered to be boxers and be good boxers, at that, and particularly again Nate Diaz, right? What he did, I'm forever grateful for, and I enjoy watching him work. Honorable mention for a complete striker, from grappling to being able to clinch, to being able to work in the clinch and strike and punch and elbow in the clinch, and box for MMA. Charles Oliveira. I think Charles Oliveira is one of the most perfect and all-around MMA fighters of all time. Do I know he lost? Yes. Will he lose again? Probably so. If he doesn't quit soon, he will lose again. That's what happens because the matchmaking is so tough, or becomes tough eventually. Ask Sean O'Malley if you don't believe me. Ask Paddy Pimblett if you don't believe me. Sooner or later, even Dana White can't save you, right? But Charles Oliveira, watching him work, the beautiful striking, the clinch, the boxing, rarely have I seen a fighter that complete. Conor McGregor, honorable mention, Charles Oliveira. My two favorite strikers to watch. See you next video.